Hey guys, Terry with Heavy Hitch here. Got my helper Easton with me today. We're going to put the rear dethatcher together. We've had a lot of questions about it. Just trying to simplify everything for you guys to put it together. So it does come with the instructions, and we did have a bunch of bolt and nut and flat washer kits made up, and I know we put a lot more flat washers in there than what's needed. I'll tell you about that later, of why they were in there, that we've changed it, and moving forward we won't be having so many washers in there, but for the little time being here we will have a few extra washers, so you haven't done nothing wrong. But everything is laid out here. The diagram is decent. I went off of the diagram just to kind of look at both of these square tubings the holes are in different spaces, so I did look at that, but it really doesn't matter. I'll touch base with that later on. This can actually go on. There isn't truly a forward and a backward, right or wrong way to put it on, other than the spring teeth. So but other than that, I mean, there is some other direction stuff, but I think after I go through this here today, you guys will have a full understanding of what we need to do. So first off, what I did is I laid this out on a table, bench, whatever you want. Doesn't have to be a chalk table, it can be any table, okay? But I just put this on there, lined up the holes so we know exactly where they are. I made this mistake earlier. Make sure that you have 3 holes on this side, 3 holes on that side, 3 and 3. Otherwise, if you have this moved over one, then you're offset. So just make sure that you have it there. So however you guys want to do this, if you want to take a little marker of any sort or whatever, however you want to mark it, I just think it's easier doing this. So what I've done is what I do is I just put bolts where the spring tines need to go, just to mark it. And you can put them in the other, you can do whatever you want, it doesn't really matter, okay? But here, this square tubing needs to go in there. Oops. Put that in there. And then the reason that I marked all this, now it'll probably make sense or whatever, I like to have it to where the stickers are facing, like when you're looking at the back, you can read the stickers. It's on the hitch, it's on here. Really, it's a personal preference how you want it. That goes there and there, okay? So now, can you go on the other side, bud, and help me out? So grab a hold of this one. So now when it comes to this here, that goes in between just like that. And then we have our holes identified of where we need to be. And drop this one in here. Oops. Right there. So now the other thing that we'll have to do before I tighten up the other one is now we can put our springs in there. So again, it's only for identifying purpose. You got that? Oh, hang on. When you put these on there, make sure that they're facing the right way. So, and that you want that angle facing forward. So you can slide that right down here. Put your bolt in. That one there. Put your bolt in. This one can go here. So now you can just slide the rest of your tines on. Should we grab the channel here, bud?
Sure.
So this one here, all these do come in a kit. Those are all the bags over there. I had Easton help me out and put all the washers on, all the bolts or whatever before we started the video. These here, they come in their own little package. They're shorter than the other ones. They just go through the channel, okay? This channel is just for stiffening up the center to make it a little bit stronger, a little bit more durable. So I just wanted to show you guys what that is for. We got to put our washers on here. 2 nuts and 2 washers. Ready, bud?
Yeah.
So bring this
Goes right in the middle too.
right there. Pick up, pick up. Okay, and then it's just repeat again on the back side. Ready, bud? So here, just put that right there, and even if you wanted to take this one here and slide that down there. Put that there. Grab your spring tines. Choke. Right there. And there. And right there. So there's that. It's put together. I find that easier than trying to do it on a bench, but if you guys find it easier to do on a bench, you can do it there as well. There isn't a right and a wrong way to do this. Put that other long bolt on that end, bolt that together. If you guys want this forward or backwards, that's a personal preference as well. Pick up the center square tube. There you go. There you go. Good deal. So now it's a matter of just tightening everything up. Putting on, I did it again, Easton. We forgot all our spring tines out here. But, so now we're going to take the end back off, but for the simple purpose of how I would put it together, I think this will work out really easy and simple for you guys. One other thing I do want to talk about, I got it. Is we did have a batch come in where this was a little bit tighter. So the way that these are supposed to work is you want the washer on top, and then you want the nut to go underneath. And if this gap is closer, then and it won't allow the nut to go up in there, then you can just spread it right here, and that opened it up on the last batch, or the one batch that we had that was a little smaller in here. But if you just open it up a little bit there, the nut fit in there. And then it is a little trickier. But again, it's not that bad, but you just kind of got to get the wrench in there like that, and then tighten from the top. And again, it's up to you guys. I mean, when you put it to the ground, it's going to go back like this. If you want to put them on there tight, you can. Or if they're a little loose, it's not going to matter either, because as soon as it engages in the ground, it's going to go forward. I mean, if it does get stuck up here, then obviously it's not. So I would prefer to have them a little snug than really loose if it were to get. But I think just the bouncing and everything else is going to have it come down like that to where it's going to be where it needs to be. So any other questions with that? Please feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to answer any questions. Hopefully this simplified everything for you. Just make sure before you put the channel on, maybe get all your tines on there and then put your channel on. Would be a little bit easier. But other than that, do you got anything?
No.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Are people going to be excited about using that?
Probably, yeah.
No, it should be yes,
Hopefully,
not
yeah.
probably, yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys. We just we put this together, not on camera, just so we kind of got all the basics done. We tightened everything up. When it comes to these springs, they do move around pretty easy, but if you have too much pressure, it can squash it and then ends up having the tine stick out, you know, this way. So you'll just have to loosen it back up a little bit, but I mean, you can pull on these and you're gonna back up sometime and forget to raise it up, and you'll have to, you know, pull these down or whatever. I have to do it on the front one from John Deere, and the other one I've used as well. So these are pretty forgiving. I mean, they're springs. They're supposed to, they take a pretty good abuse. So, and if you think of your lawn and everything, when it's uneven or whatever, this side barely could be touching, and then that side will hit something that it digs into. So with that being said, I mean, there really isn't a right and a wrong way for this plate to go on. Like I said, you know, to start the video out, what does matter is that these are facing forward. You don't want these turned around. You want these facing forward so they actually grab the grass and bring it up. If it was turned around, it wouldn't be as aggressive. In some scenarios, I'm not saying that that wouldn't be a good thing either, so that's something for you guys to play around with your property, your grass, the time of the year for you that you're using it. So everything here gets washers on the top side, the end bolts, and actually I gotta tighten this up yet. The two for the channel, they get washers top and bottom, and then where it just goes through the square tubing in the plate, that's washer top and bottom. All the springs are just washer on top, no washer on the bottom. Everything else gets double washers. Maybe that's probably an easier way to say it. But other than that, I gotta tighten these two bolts up. I did forget that, but I'll do that, and we'll go out and use it.